Hello, hello, hello. Well, I was planning to fly my Mavic Mini today, but my plans quite went different. Hey Chris, how you doing? You want to see why I can't fly my Mavic Mini today? Just look at the wind. I was planning to fly it, but this is what it looks like at my house today. Oh me, I was hoping to get out there and do some flying around the neighborhood again, but with this, I don't think so. Oh me, yeah, I'm stuck at home and I was had big plans. I flew my drone just the other day and it was supposed to not be windy today, but it sure is. As you could see from my outside camera. Hey DJI Cinematic, how you doing? I was just telling Chris Hope that I was planning to fly my Mavic Mini today, but I've got a camera outside and you'll see why. That's why I can't fly today. And this. You flew your Mini on Saturday, Chris? It was still kind of windy here on Saturday, but I did get to fly my Mavic 2 Pro around the neighborhood for a while. I was hoping if the governor relaxed some of the rules on traveling around the state, I was hoping to take my Mavic Mini out and with my motorcycle and go up the hill country and take some pictures from up there. But if this keeps up through the weekend, I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, 40 miles an hour in the Mini, you wouldn't even have to start it up. Just hold it on your palm and let the wind take it away. Hey, Mike, what's up? Yeah, too windy for even the Platinum. Yeah, I know. I don't think my Mavic 2 Pro could handle that. I've had it up in 35 mile an hour gusts, but the straight line winds were only about 20, and it did pretty good with that, but I don't think it could handle much more than that. It would be pushing it for sure. Plus, I bet the battery wouldn't last very long at that windy. So I guess all drone flyers will just have to sit at home and twiddle our thumbs and do a live stream and cry about why we can't fly. Yeah, I stuck an old GoPro out on a post out there looking at the trees around there, and they're just going crazy. It looks like it's even windier than what the UAV forecast says. I think UAV forecast gets somewhere close, but up here in the hills it gets real windy. Hello, Fly Before You Die. How you doing? Good to see you. We were just lamenting about why we can't fly our drones today. This is the reason I can't fly mine here. Winds are just way too high. Where are you from, Fly Before You Die? I'm not sure I know where you are at. Can you let us know? Yeah, I couldn't fly because of lockdown either, except I could fly off my back porch when it's not like this. Hello, Pundit Moore. Good day. How are you? Who you referred to, Mavic Mini? I have a Mavic Mini, but I have not downloaded the two last software updates because I don't trust them. I've had too many people that have had problems. Neither one of them offer anything that I can't live without, so I've kept my Mavic Mini 2 updates past, and it's very reliable. And my motto is don't mess with something if it's working. Well, one is better than nothing, I guess. Yeah, Mavic Mini. Did you update the latest software and have that disconnect? Because I know Philly Drone Life was flying his Mavic Mini after the software, and he had a disconnect. Not only that, but it changed the home point in midair. But he got it back. He was able to get it back. That's one of the reasons I've been hesitant about updating because I don't really need camera additional control. Yeah. Well, I don't think I'm going to update mine because I've never had a problem with mine at all. One time I had the DJI Fly app shut down, but the Mavic Mini just sat there until I restarted it, and I didn't have any other problem with that. Yeah, I was thinking about the manual camera settings, but after looking at the problems people have been having with stability after that update, I'm not going to update mine until till I wait a while. I'm just not going to do it. Yeah, that's too bad. But fly before you die. It would be nice if you did have a backyard. I've seen several people flying from their backyard. Even one guy over in Portugal was out flying around his neighborhood. He's got a prettier neighborhood than I do. It's a little more crowded, but it's a little more picturesque. Mine is all countryside. A lot of houses, but they're spread far apart. Mavic Mini, do you know if there's any way you can go back before the update? I know on some of the drones that with if you use the DJI Assistant, you're able to go back to a different update, but I don't know about the Mavic Mini if that's possible. Hey, Drone Worship, how you doing? Good to see you. We were just cussing and discussing the high winds around here these days, wishing we could fly. Yep, yeah, Mavic Mini, you might just investigate and see if you can download the DJI Assistant and see if it will let you go back to a different firmware on the Mavic Mini. I know some people have done it on some of the other drones. Oh, okay. Well, I know that one other guy was having some real stability issues with his, and he called DJI and talked to them, and they said reload the update, and he said it cured his. So maybe you got it fixed now. I hope so. Yeah, I've heard that the new update gives you a warning on one of the engines if it's got to work a little too hard. It says land and change the propeller. That sucks. Fly before you die. Being in a no-fly zone. I have a couple of friends in San Antonio that are in the same situation. They're just too close to one of the major military bases, and they're not able to fly there. Well, Mavic Mini, you'll build up your confidence over time. I had on my original Mavic Pro at one time, I had it just lose all video return, and I kept waiting for it to return home, and it didn't return home. And I could actually see it. It was just sitting where it last was. And I found out that I still had control of it. I could move the controls up and down, and I could see on the controller it was actually moving, but I had no display coming back to my video at all. And it turns out I came back and landed it okay, and I flew it after that. It was fine. I tried flying it again, did the same thing. It turns out it happened 3 times, and it was the same battery every time. And the only thing I could figure out was it was something weird internal in the battery that was disconnecting and causing it to go away. So I never flew that battery again, and I've never had that problem. But after going through a few things like that, you kind of get a little more confident in what you're doing. At least you stop and think about things before you do it. Hey, Tim Jackson, how you doing? Good to see you. We were just lamenting all the high winds around here today, so we can't fly our drones. Let me show you a picture of what my outside my house looks like here. And then this is what before you fly says. So there's no drone flying at my house today at all, unfortunately. Hey, Philly Drone Life, what's up, sir? Good to see you. I was just lamenting to these guys. I was going to fly my Mavic Mini today, but guess what? This is what it looks like at my house today. That's nothing? Yeah, I know it's nothing. I don't even think my Mavic 2 Pro could handle that 40-mile-an-hour wind gust too well. Maybe. I'd sure have a hard time putting it down on my 3-foot square table, though. You know, I learned something about that Mavic 2 Pro, Philly Drone Life, and you may know this since you fly them all the time, but when you tell that sucker to land, it descends really slow. And on my little 3-foot square table, one time I had a gust of wind almost blow it off. But the Mavic Mini comes down a lot faster, and I can land it in gusty wind on that little table quicker than I can my Mavic 2 Pro, because it lands quicker when you tell it to come down. I don't know if you knew that or not. You probably didn't, but it's something I found out. When it's gusty, I always hand catch that Mavic 2 Pro instead of trying to land it on that 3-foot square table. Hey, Philly Drone Life, one of these other guys, I think it was Mavic Mini, was saying after the update that he lost connection with it too, and he went in and redid the update on the Mavic Mini, and he said it looks like it's fixed now. It looked like something similar to what you were having. "75-mile-an-hour wind gusts? Wow, that's a lot." Michael McReynolds, good day. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, It's just been crazy. As you can see, Philly, I've been playing around with my StreamYard too. I can make it do a few things yours won't do. Yeah, I was hoping our governor would relax our travel restrictions in the state a little bit today. He said he was going to do something, make some changes, and open some things back up. And if he does, I was planning to take my Mavic Mini on my motorcycle and go up to the Texas Hill Country and take some pictures with it up there. I'm still hoping it might die down by Saturday, but maybe not. Drone Worship, take care and glad you dropped in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing better soon. And hope everybody out there stays safe. So far, everybody I know has been safe. Hey, Mikey, Chris got a message for you. Yeah, this is Mavic Mini. This is a problem we've always have, and Philly Drone Life is one of the worst about that. I have made it part of my flight check anytime I'm going up with a drone. I format my memory card so I got plenty of room, and then I hit record just before I take off. And so far, I haven't forgot to do that but one time in the last 2 years. One time was too many, but you're talking about what time it is where I am? It is almost 2:15 in the afternoon. I'm in Central Time Zone in the United States. Yeah, when I'm flying around the neighborhood here, I usually keep my Mavic 2 Pro up at 400 feet because most of my neighbors value their privacy, and at 400 feet they can't see or hear it, so what they don't know won't hurt them. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the big announcement back, but I don't think I'm gonna be buying one of those new drones because my stable has everything I need. With the Mavic Mini, I've got the little one I can carry around, and with my Mavic 2 Pro, it does a great job. Chris, thanks for stopping in, and we'll see you later, my friend. Appreciate it. Take care of yourself. Yeah, once you get a Mavic 2 Pro, you'll never use one of your other drones very often. Once I got mine, I still have my old Mavic Pro original, and it's still a good drone. I still fly it once in a while, but I don't use it very often. It's just not quite up to the Mavic 2 Pro's video. Yeah, the OcuSync would be nice, I'm sure, because it works on my Mavic 2 Pro and on even on my old Mavic Pro drone. The OcuSync works very, very well. Both of those will fly way beyond where I can see them, that's for sure. But out in the middle of nowhere where I live, the Mavic Mini will fly way beyond where I can see it too. Yeah, the 1080 flight screen is kind of nice. I've done some live streaming with it, and it looks a lot better than 720p, but it's sure not as good as the 4K out from the camera. Yeah, that might be a problem. I don't know what kind of laptop you have, but some of the editing software can get by without too much horsepower, but when you start doing 4K video and a bunch of serious editing, sometimes you have to have a little more horsepower. Well, oh look, the wind's almost died down for a few seconds. Not for long though. Rita May, what are you doing in here? Good to see you, gal. How you guys doing up there? I'm just sitting here chatting with a bunch of guys from across the country, lamenting why the wind is too high to fly our drones. Here's a picture from outside my house. Wind's blowing like crazy. Okay, Tim, it is about coffee time, but I'm drinking water. I'm not drinking the hard stuff today. Hey, look who popped up.
Hey
Hey,
Dean,
Philly. How you
how
doing?
are you?
Good
Yeah,
to see you.
why do your messages always go to spam? That's weird.
That's because I used to be a spammer in another life.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, why isn't it coming up? And then I remembered what you said that they always go to spam. So I checked the spam, and there it was. Of course, two of them right there in spam. Weird.
My dear friend Rita May, who's up from close to where you live, Mikey, dropped
Really?
in. I've known her for quite a few years, but
Wowzers.
she's
Where are
quite
you
a.
from, Rita? Where's she from, Dean?
She's from what's the name of that little town? It's kind of in central Pennsylvania,
Hmm.
trying to think of the name
I
of it. I don't
probably
know.
never heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know if she's still here or not. She said she didn't have much to add, so she might have dropped out at the time. Yeah, she said see me later.
Okay.
She anyway. What you been up?
Oh,
What you been
mommy's
up
gonna
to? I
get
saw
me.
your flight this morning. It was a nice flight.
Which one? Oh yeah. This morning, yeah, I'm just getting ready to pass out. I was over at Daddy at 13's a video, and he did a live stream. So I stayed on. I met his daughter, and then I got to get some sleep, rest my voice, and then I go to check my phone, and sure enough, you're live, and I'm like, oh my god. So let me just come say hello. I get so much support from you guys. The least I could do is give, if I'm awake, give it back. So I gave you, I got to give you the thumbs up. I didn't give you the, there you go. Now you got my thumb and you
Ah,
got
thank you,
my
sir.
face.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Please, guys, I forget to, anybody that's in here, try to do that. That's all we have, all the channels. It's so important to hit the thumb because YouTube will not push your video out to people if you don't if you got no thumbs up ever. They don't consider you very important for some reason. I don't know why. That stupid thumb thing means a lot. Yeah,
I guess I guess they'd rather have the thumb than the middle finger.
yeah, I don't know what it is. Hey, don't blame me. I hate doing it too. But it only takes a second, So what are you gonna do? So Dean, you're
Hey,
not getting that.
look who stopped
Oh,
in. Mommy at
mommy's
13.
here.
Hello. How you doing? Good
Where
to
is
see
she?
you.
Mommy, don't tell Poppy I'm here. He's gonna get mad. Don't tell him, please. Don't tell I feel so bad. I was supposed to be sleeping. Oh man. Ah, God.
Well,
Oh, Michael's
Mike,
such a good kid.
I
See you, Michael.
hope you get the grass cut.
I can't even see
Anyway,
it.
appreciate you stopping in and chatting with us for a while. Good to see you anytime. But anyway,
Yeah, I'm getting ready to pass out. Let me give you a couple minutes. What time is that thing tonight, Dean? Is it like 9 o'clock? DJI's doing it?
yeah, it's 9:30 China time, but somebody said it was going to be like 9:30 in the evening. I don't know if that's Eastern time or Central time, but it's somewhere
Okay.
around there. Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to be watching it at all, or?
Maybe I might watch part of it. I don't know if I'll watch all of it or not, but it depends. Depends
So,
on.
so this isn't exciting you at all.
Nah, not really. But one thing I asked, and nobody would tell me about the Autel Evo 6K camera. It does say it shoots an H265 on the specifications.
I'm sure it would. Yeah, I'm
But
sure it would.
from what I've seen, they're either not shooting an H265 or it's just not anywhere near as good as the Mavic Pro is.
No, I think it would be, Dean. But I mean, I don't know. But that may be a drone for you because you're into that whole higher K stuff, and
Well,
you live in the middle of nowhere.
a couple of people did a side by side comparison with the Mavic Pro and with it, and the Mavic Pro, if you looked in the distance, it was always sharper.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. The video you put up today, was it today?
Yeah.
Little, in my opinion now, a little oversaturated, just a little bit, but that's
Well,
me.
I like it. I like it a
You
little
like
more
it like that.
saturated. So
I like heavy colors too, but for my taste, I'd probably turned it down. On a scale from 1 to 10, if that was a 7, I'd make it a 6 or even
Yeah.
like a 5.5. So we're not off, trust me, from
yeah.
what you like and what I like.
Well, the settings I usually use on custom settings are +1, +2, and +2.
No, but you worked that picture, didn't you?
No, that
Come
picture was
on.
straight out of the drone. I did not do anything to it.
Nuh-uh.
That's what I'm telling you. That's the way I like it. And if I run normal color with +1 for sharpness, +2 for contrast, and
That
+2 for saturation. That's what I
that's
get
what
out
I
of my
have.
drone.
That's exactly how I said it.
Yeah.
It's exactly how I said it. I like the deep shadows. And that's the color of your grass.
Yes, it's really green around here.
Wowzers!
We had a lot of rain earlier this year.
There you go. Okay, I thought when I said I was getting ready to comment, holy saturation, Batman, simply because I know you like to color work your photos and your videos. You like to
No,
work the colors.
I don't do anything to my
You don't
Mavic
do
Pro.
LUTs. You didn't do
Nope.
it.
I made one for my Mavic Mini to make it look like the Mavic Pro. And I even sent that to Dave Strelinsky up in Nova Scotia. He's going to try it on his Mavic Mini, see how it works.
But you did not color it.
Nope. Nope. I didn't do
Okay,
any
so
coloring
then
at
let me
all.
tell you, that was the best Mavic 2 footage I've seen in a long time. And anybody who says that drone is not good needs to look at that video
Yeah.
because you could see every leaf on the tree.
Yeah.
It was
And
amazing.
I wrote you back. I don't know if you read it or not, but the house that was in the title shot, I took a frame out of that video and did nothing to it except for enlarge it by 200%. And you could see every detail on that house, even enlarged at 200%. And that was from 400 feet, 394 feet
Right,
up.
right. You were up there.
I do that because I don't want to bother their neighbors. I like their privacy. And at
Correct.
400 feet, they can't see or hear it. So what they don't know won't hurt them.
Correct. Wow. I mean, there were times in the video where it almost looked 3D-ish because you see the trees moving and it was crystal clear, crystal clear. And maybe because of my environment, I don't get that
That
because
could
there's
be.
just too much.
You're not used to seeing some of this stuff like I've got around here, like this.
Yeah, I am, Michael. I'm exhausted. My throat's killing me. Yeah. I got something going on. It ain't corona, guys. It's just I don't think so anyway. But what happened was Saturday, I was screaming. I found that place by the river. I was chasing boats and oh my God, I was screaming at the top of my lungs. And I think I left the part of my voice there. And then I did like 3 more freaking shows. So yeah, I'm tired. This is my sleep time too. And so I'm all out of funny. I'm just Michael right now, you know. But wowzers. Hey, Dean, excuse me. Dean,
Yeah.
I flew to Mavic 2 in 75-mile-an-hour wind gusts with Paul Davis and then Dennis Lovelady. So I have proof that the winds. Dennis had one of them fly things, and he held it up to see how bad it was.
Yeah.
75-mile-an-hour gusts.
That's hurricane force.
Yes, I would say. Oh, we were getting blown all over the place, and I felt so bad because they traveled all the way here to fly, but it was only gusting. It did steady winds were maybe 25.
Yeah.
30 maybe so, and then it would just wow and kick up. So I said, shit on this. I'm sending the drone up. And I sent the drone up. Now I didn't do a full flight, but I flew down Broad Street, 200 feet, and then I got scared. The drone was getting flown around, and I came back. But I put it up. My point is, you could fly. The weather you're showing, if you wanted to, you could do a full flight. You wouldn't even know it's windy. I swear to you. That drone is amazing in the wind. Amazing.
I believe it, but flying off my balcony and trying to land it, even I was
I wouldn't land it on the balcony. I would go on the ground.
I was talking earlier that the Mavic 2 Pro, when you have it hovering 1.5 foot over the
I
table,
heard you.
and you tell it to go down, it goes down really slow. And one time I had it almost gust off the table. So if it's gusty, I just hand catch it. I've gotten really good at that. It just piece of cake.
Well, Dan had a good point, and if you and I do that, if you notice, well, you see, forget the point, because what the drone does is when it gets to landing height, when you hit the down stick, you can't control it anymore. it commits to the down. Now you could still steer it, but it just goes on its own. I would like now if you turn your sensors off totally, you can control the drone fully right down to the ground. You may want
Okay.
to try that,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
But
but
I, Dean, in winds like that, I would land out in the yard anyway. I wouldn't
yeah.
land on a
Well, I
balcony.
have a place out in the driveway to the shop where I could just lay a big piece of plywood down and land it out
No,
there.
Tim, that not really. I've never been to Reading. I mean, I've passed by there, but uh, you got to understand, guys. I used to be 600 pounds. This chair right here is where I live, so I didn't get out much. It's only recent. It's 4 years now post-op, so it's only been, I would say, the last year and a half that I'm actually going out of my house for like 50, no, about 30 years, I would say. So I've heard of Reading, just excuse me, just never been there. Yeah. Oh, that's close though. I know that's not far, Tim. Reading is not far from me. It's an hour. Yeah, I tell everybody, Dean, and I know there's a lot of, if you have a Phantom 4 Pro or a Mavic 2 Pro, you will never need another drone as long as you live. Them drones will do anything you need.
Yeah.
And if it was between the two, I would say get the Mavic. It's newer technology,
Yeah.
and I think it's just a better drone. That's my opinion.
Yeah. A few years back, I had my Mavic Pro out. We were hunting wildflowers, and it was pretty gusty, and I was flying it down. And I would say we probably had some occasional 30-mile-an-hour gusts, and it would gust hard enough to bang the gimbal. You'd see the gimbal
Thank you,
go like
Michael.
that.
Yep.
But I've never seen that on the Mavic Pro. You're right. It seems to hang in there better.
Well, what I think is it's the shape of it. It's the aerodynamics is so important. And I know it's got the Phantom 4 has the mechanical gimbal, all that fun stuff. But let's face it, guys, it's a big brick. It's a big brick. There's nothing aerodynamic on it. And here you got this stealthy craft, and that's why you can fly in 40-mile-an-hour winds. You can't even tell. I mean, it's perfectly controllable and solid. Dane, you should take your bird up in this wind just to see what I'm talking about, to get some experience and see that it's amazing. It really is amazing. And, maybe take it up for 10 minutes just to kind of feel it. It's just, they're incredible drones. They get,
Yeah.
and I think they're rated at like 40 something miles an hour, aren't they?
I'm not sure. I think so, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I,
rated
I,
pretty
I
high.
know the weight of it seems to help too, because if you pick up my original Mavic Pro versus that one, you can very definitely tell that there's a big
Well,
difference
it's a
in weight.
4-cell battery too,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
what a lot of people. It's a 4-cell bird, just like the Phantom 4 Pro.
Yeah.
So it's got a whole extra battery part. That's why it's so powerful.
Yeah. Mavic Mini was saying he bet the smart controller is nice too, and it
Yeah,
is, especially here in the Texas sun. You
yeah,
can see
you
that
would love
sucker.
that. Yeah.
But it doesn't have quite the range of the regular controller.
Dean, that scares me. That worries me. How
Yeah.
much less?
Uh, I don't know, but when I was down there
A
around that house,
third?
no, it it's probably not a third, but it's more sensitive, I think, because of the way the antennas are. When I was down there around that house doing the circle on that one you were talking about,
Right.
it said signal weak, adjust the antennas. I still had 3 bars,
Okay.
but it was telling me that it was getting weak, and I did flip the antennas a little different direction. I actually turned position. My antennas were down, which is like facing the drone, but I was turned this way on the balcony, and the drone was this way, and when I turned, it went up 2 bars.
Gotcha.
So it was going through me to get there, I guess.
Well, that's why. Yeah.
But, I've had it, let's just say I've had it way out there, and I can tell that it has a little less distance than my original Mavic Pro controller because it's a regular controller. It has a little less, but
Okay.
that's the only experience I have since I don't have a regular controller to compare it with.
Right.
But
What's up, Eagle? Yeah.
hey, Eagle VP, how you doing? Good to see you.
Oh man, oh man. All right, Dean. I'm going to go to bed. I wanted to stop in, give you my love and support.
Thank you
I'm
so
going to
much.
get ready for a big night tonight. We may go live right before the DJI. If you're up for it, maybe I'll go live, and
Okay,
then we can buy it together.
okay. Well,
You know.
maybe.
Yeah, you ain't buying it. Hey, you can always send it back.
I tell you what, I'm waiting for the first thing to come out that's better than my Mavic 2 Pro, and then I might buy it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait for the Mavic 3 or the Phantom 5 for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
because
see.
this one ain't gonna be better. This one will be smaller
Yeah.
and
Well,
just
for
as good.
for the people that have the Mavic Mini and want to upgrade, it's probably a good upgrade for them.
Yes.
But and for people that just have to have one of every kind in their stable, then yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we'll cut it
for
out.
me, it just wouldn't offer me anything that I need because I have the Mavic Mini, which I can take in my motorcycle, which is what I bought it for, and it
Yeah,
does
but
a good
Dean,
job
what
for
if you
that.
could take this one in your motorcycle, same size, a little bit bigger, but this one goes miles. And it shoots at 4K.
I don't need to go miles. I've had my Mavic Mini out in the hill country way farther than I'm gonna
But
say.
Dean, hold on, I got another one. This one will follow you. It's got follow me mode
Will it follow me
3.0.
to the restroom? I don't
No,
want
on the
that.
bike,
Oh,
on the motorcycle.
my
You
Mavic
could
2 will do
cruise.
that too. My Mavic 2 Pro will do that.
Yeah, but that's big. It's
In fact,
expensive.
it'll almost do it as well as a Skydio.
Yeah, I know. I know. I agree with you. Exactly, Dean.
I
For
was
people.
watching a video of a guy that rides his bicycle down through the woods and he has his Mavic 2 Pro following. It's amazing what he'll do. He'll go down to a limb and he'll go under it or go over it.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's just as good as a Skydio, and I never saw it get lost following him on his bicycle like I saw the Skydio do on a guy on
Well,
his.
what the difference is, the Mavic will stop. So you're constantly having to go back and get it and then pull it up. It just stops. If it feels like it's going to crash, it just stops. So it's good that it stops, but it stops. The Skydio figures a hole through it.
Not always.
Yeah,
I've seen
not always.
some places where if he just backed up, it could get out and it wouldn't do it.
You're right. I've seen them. You are right. You are right. But this new one is supposed to have some kind of follow me mode, and it's also supposed to have another trick up its sleeve. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, well, we'll find out tonight, I guess.
Yeah, and so you're looking at $799 for the drone and $1,000 for the Fly More package. That's pretty much what it's going to be. I don't know. Don't quote me.
Yeah.
But I would bet that that's going to be the price.
Well, that's still not too bad that somebody bought the fly more accommodation on the Mavic
Not
Mini.
bad,
You know,
not bad at all. And like you said, yes, it is going to be using the Fly app. Yeah, and that's good for the people that have the Mavic Mini because this will be a major upgrade for them people. A major upgrade. This will be for them people like having a Mavic 2 Pro.
Yeah.
And
That's
same
also
thing.
that's also going to use the DJI Fly app, is it not?
Correct. It
Yeah,
will.
I would think it so.
So it's going to be, but you got camera controls. You're going to have, they also released an update today for the smart controller. And now the Phantom 4 Pro works with the smart controller.
Yeah, but I'm not upgrading my smart controller. I waited 3 upgrades to upgrade it because people were having trouble, and finally on the last one, DJI fixed it, and they put in where I can set my battery level for how many days.
You said that, right?
That's the thing I really wanted the most,
Yeah.
and they didn't have it in there. They had it in their regular one, but
They
not
did
in the
fix
smart
it, though,
controller.
Dean?
Huh?
They fixed it.
Yeah. You have to do it individually on every battery. You have to put the battery in there
Yeah,
and
same
then
with the
set
other
the
one.
days. A lot of people are just setting one and thinking it's all going to set. And
No.
sometimes they think if you just put it on there with not being connected, it's going to set, but it doesn't.
Mr. Mavic Mini, I think it will. He asked a good question. Will the smart controller work with the new Mavic Air? I think it will, simply because it's OcuSync
Yeah.
2.0.
Nobody has
Ah,
answered that question yet, but
yeah,
if it's OcuSync, they can probably make it work with it.
yeah, yes, and they will.
But
They will,
but
because that's how they're
but
going to sell
but
their
if you're
controllers.
buying a $799 drone and you pay another $600 for a smart controller, that's a big jump.
Well, here's the thing, Dean. They might do a package. Maybe they do a
Yeah,
package.
that's the way I got mine. It was a package deal. It was a
Yeah.
couple $100
Let me
less.
tell you something. If they did a package with that tonight, I would buy the drone. I would buy the package because I have the other drones. So now my Phantom 4, which I never fly because it's so big, I could fly it now. I'd have a smart controller. My two Mavics all connected. So I would have one controller for every drone I own. That's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, that would be good. I know.
I mean, except for the Mini, obviously.
Yeah, I know. Whizbang 99 has like 3 different drones he uses one smart controller on.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that is awesome.
I figured it was about coffee time. You look like you were really getting sleepy there. Maybe
Oh
I
my
should
God.
maybe I should let you go and catch a few shut eye winks before tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go. Just give me 1 minute. Let me just get set
Yeah.
here and I will get the hell out of here. I promise you.
This stream's been running almost an hour already, which is
Oh, wowzers. Okay.
probably plenty.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you for
Dean.
being here. I always learn something every time I talk to you.
Oh, thank you. So do I. So I usually learn something technical thanks to you. You're a quiet wealth of information. And more people should ask your opinion, but because you're quiet, everybody's rushing to get the information out. If they would just listen, they'd hear a lot more from you. So thank you so much, sir. And let me get some sleep, and then we'll see. If I decide to go live, I'll shoot you a message, and we'll see if you're up to it. If not, no big deal.
Okay.
But all right. God
I'll
bless
look
you.
for- I'll look
Thank
for
you,
you.
Dean.
Take
I'll
care.
get out.
Well, I'm live right now, but I think I've been on long enough. I appreciated all you people stopping in and listening to our madness, but I thank you again for all stopping in. Appreciate it so much. I am out of here.